Hello, we're going to talk in this session about the JDK. Java has a specification or a document that explains exactly what the language should do under various conditions, how different pieces interact together, and numerous other specifics that perhaps only compiler designers or really high-powered users would care about. I have read the specification through, pieces of it multiple times, and I get a lot of it, but I don't get it all. So it's rather technical in certain areas. Java, like any programming language, has strict syntax rules. And the real goal of that is to prevent ambiguity. When a program is compiled, it needs to run identically no matter when you run it or on what machine you run it. The precision that it has is very mathematical. It must do the same thing and return the exact same results given the same input, because otherwise your program would be indeterminate and we would never be quite sure if the output was accurate or just kind of close to accurate. So the JLS defines it, and that's Java Language Specification. If you ever want to Google search it and glance through it, do it. The Java language, as I said in the previous session, is rather small. It's compact. The way to make it so extensible and applicable across broad problem domains is really through application programming interfaces, or APIs. They define what supporting code does. Basically, an API is just an agreement that an additional data type will handle certain kind of problems or give you certain results. They're extensions to the language, but they're not defined by the JLS. Some professional or paid programmers will write specifications for their code. Most programmers should on any problem larger than trivial or small, so that users of it will have an exact idea of what the code will do and under what conditions it should be run. Java has 8 primitive data types that are built into the compiler. They're numeric, floating point, which approximates real numbers, int, and other types similar to that represent a limited set of integer values. And then there's a Boolean type to represent something that is true or false. But those 8 primitive data types are really quite limited. As part of the language extensions, string class, and then string buffer, and then, oh man, it explodes after that point. There are just thousands of different data types available, stored in these libraries that others have written, not part of Java itself, but often shipped with Java, or you can buy commercial packages that provide further data types. Now, the JDK, which is the Java Development Kit, comes with tools to do compilation, debugging, and various other aspects that a programmer needs to do. They're designed to be run from the command line, from a shell or a command prompt, dependent upon the system you're on. Many people have no experience with these, so they tend to use IDEs, the integrated development environments. These are graphical applications that make programming a lot easier because the IDE handles much of the tedious detail and compile in the background, usually highlight aspects of your code that don't meet syntax rules, give suggestions on how to fix them, perhaps give suggestions of what you might wish to type next. They keep track of certain warnings like you declared a variable but it's not used, and various others. They're very helpful. They make programming less tedious. They make it much more smooth, but they hide details, and sometimes you need those details. Most programmers won't at first, but later on, you probably find that you want some of the command line power that the IDE does not give you.